What's up everyone? So if you're here, you're probably wondering, how do I go vegan? What do I eat? How do I deal with family and friends? Where do I go to buy my food? Where do I shop? What restaurants and cafes can I go to? How do I make sure I don't get any nutritional deficiencies? If you're anything like me, when I first went vegan, you'll have all of these questions and more. However, this video is for you, and this is to allow you to transition really easily. I'm going to give you 4 different ways. The first way is going to be a 3-week transition plan. The second way is going to be a 22-day transition plan. The third one's going to be 30 days. And the fourth one is going to be do it at your own pace. It can be really overwhelming when you first go vegan, but with this video, it's going to be easy. Let's get into it. Vegan is somebody who rejects animal cruelty and tries not to harm anybody who can be harmed. We draw the line at sentience, so any animals anything with a face, any animal which is able to suffer, we don't impose suffering on them. So we choose to eat plants. We also choose to wear plants. And we also choose not to support other forms of animal cruelty like circuses. Okay, so you want to go vegan but you don't know how. Plan 1. This is meal by week plan. I got the idea for this from Gary Francione, who is a professor of law, ethics and philosophy in the United States and a animal rights activist. He's been vegan for about 40 years. So here's how it works. Firstly, you swap breakfast. Meal 1, breakfast, right? You have 3 basic meals a day, breakfast, lunch and dinner. So first of all, we're going to swap breakfast for vegan, from non-vegan meals to vegan foods for breakfast. So that's week 1. So you do this for a whole week, and it's really easy. If you have cornflakes with cow's milk in the morning with some berries, get your cornflakes, which are already vegan, and have them with some soy milk, almond milk, rice milk, macadamia milk, hazelnut milk, oat milk, whatever plant milk you like. And this is the great thing about going vegan, there's so much variety. You think that, oh, I'm going to miss out on all these foods, but actually you get to discover so many new foods. So veganize what you normally have for breakfast. If you have toast, put some, if you have toast with some jam and cream or something, try having toast with jam and some vegan cream, or try making some cashew cream to go with it. Or if you normally have Wheat Bix or porridge, that's again really easy to make vegan. You just add your vegan milk, your rice milk, your oat milk, your soy milk, your almond milk, whatever plant milk you prefer. So breakfast is super, super easy. If you want to make pancakes, look up some recipes for vegan pancakes. They're really easy to make. You don't need eggs, you don't need cow's milk. You just use your plant milk, like your rice, almond, oat milk, for instance, with your flour, and you just mix it up. You can use a bit of chia seeds or banana or something to stick it together a bit more, but it really doesn't need it. So veganize all your breakfast meals. What you would normally have for breakfast, make them vegan, and do that in week 1. Eat your lunch and dinner and your snacks as you normally would with any non-vegan meals. If you like, you can try making some of those vegan too, but number 1 goal for week 1, make all your breakfast meals vegan. I have to say, at this point, it's a great opportunity for you in week 1 at breakfast time to find a plant milk you really like. So we're into week 2, meal 2, lunch. How did you go in week 1? Probably, if you imagine you've watched this video, you've gone vegan for breakfast in week 1, probably You found some products you might not like. Maybe you didn't like the soy milk, maybe you liked the rice milk, maybe you liked the almond milk. You're gonna find some products you like and some you don't like. It's a time to experiment when you transition into veganism with different products to find the ones that you like. So lunch. Lunch is a time when you might want to be having things like burritos or butter bowls. You can get lots of wraps and sandwiches which are vegan. You can get ready-made meals. I'm thinking about making it as easy as possible for you. If you're saying, I don't know what to have for lunch, I want to go vegan, I've got no idea. Go to your supermarket and see what they have that is already vegan. You might be surprised. In a lot of Europe and the Northern Hemisphere, there's sandwiches, wraps, burritos, all kinds of things like that. Bread rolls and things that are already vegan and already made for you, and you don't have to do anything to them. Just buy them and you're done. The other option for lunch, for a vegan lunch, is to make what you already would normally have for lunch and just change it, make it vegan again, veganize it. So for instance, if you like to have a low calorie lunch with some crackers and carrots and things and dip, simply find a vegan dip like hummus, and get your carrots and some vegan friendly crackers. When you're looking for vegan products, if you're not sure whether it's vegan, number one tip is to look for the vegan tick or vegan symbol in your country. Whatever system they use, there'll be some sort of label where products that are vegan have the vegan label. If it doesn't have a vegan label on it, the next thing is obviously you have to check the ingredients. I suggest that when you get started in week 1 and 2, that you look for things with a vegan tick as much as possible, just so you don't have to read through the ingredients. It makes it a lot easier. Just find stuff that's already vegan to keep it simple. Lastly, you might want to do something like a butter bowl, like black rice, avocado, tahini, soy sauce and vegetables. You might want to try some vegan meats at this point, like Beyond Meat, Moving Mountain Burgers, fries products, corn, whatever other vegan products you have in your part of the world. You might want to try some of those vegan meats. If you're averse to those sort of things, you might want to consider having some vegan lunches with beans. Maybe you've never had beans before. When I first went vegan, the only beans I'd ever had were baked beans. Now I eat lentils, black beans, white beans, navy beans, kidney beans, you know, and even different kinds of lentils, and one, you know, for instance, red lentils, black lentils, green lentils, brown lentils, you know, so many different types of beans that I eat and love now, and it's so good for you. So you might want to go more of a healthy route with veganism. You might want to make your foods really healthy and explore cooking and preparing lunches with beans. So that's it for lunches. Let's check out the next segment, Meal 3, dinner. Okay, Meal 3, dinner. For the main course, there's so many options at dinner to veganize your meals. If you love pizza, pasta, lasagna, that's Italian food, or Mexican food like burritos, tacos, and other Mexican spicy food, for instance, or you like Indian food like curries, you know, the naan bread, the vegetable pakoras, all that kind of stuff, then going vegan at dinner is really easy. Even if you like more of a traditional European or English kind of dinner with like some meat, some potatoes and some vegetables, that's really easy as well. You simply swap your sausages or whatever steak or whatever you normally have, whatever meat you have at dinner, for some vegan meat, and then you still have your potatoes and your veggies. You could, again, if you want to go a healthier option or you don't want those vegan meats, you could try something like tofu or tempeh, which is basically soybeans made into a texture which is very similar to meat, and you can flavor and cook it in a way that really emulates meat. If you don't want to do that, again, just look on the net and use some of the resources I'm going to share with you at the end of this video to find dinner meals that are vegan, that you really like. If you like Italian, you know, I'm thinking like spaghetti bolognese. Spaghetti bolognese, done vegan, is really easy. You just add something like texturized vegetable protein for the mince, or you can use beans if you want to go a healthier or less like realistic option. You can use mushrooms, you can use your normal sort of bolognese vegetables like carrot and celery, and you can even put a bit of red wine in there. And of course then you use your tinned tomatoes or your fresh tomatoes, some tomato paste, and you stew that up with some onions and garlic, and you add your your spaghetti which you've cooked, put it all together, you've got yourself a vegan meal for dinner. Mexican's really easy. There's lots of wraps which are already vegan. Normally wraps don't have anything that are not vegan in them. I guess the only thing to watch out for might be egg, but again, check the ingredients, look for the vegan label. And if you want to make like an Indian meal that's vegan, if you cook Indian meals regularly, you'll know how to make them, and you'll know that it's quite easy. You just have to leave out things like ghee or butter, again, that's really easy. There's lots of Indian meals which are already vegan, which utilize beans, like a dal or a chana masala, which uses chickpeas, for instance. Aloo gobi, which is potatoes, and cauliflower, if I remember correctly. There's so many different options for you at dinner. Again, veganize what you already would normally eat at dinner. At this point, you're in week 3, and you should already be eating all your breakfast and lunch meals vegan, and this is the last thing basically. And so after this, the only thing you need to be a complete dietary vegan and to be really on your way to where you want to be as a vegan is to consider snacks, and that's what we're going to check out next. Stay tuned. Okay guys, snacks and tips. So snacks are really easy. A lot of things that you already snack on are vegan, especially if you snack on fruits and vegetables, crackers and that sort of stuff. Again, dips. If you like to have something a little bit naughty for your snacks, like chocolate or chocolate biscuits or chips, or in the UK they call them crisps, you can, again, find vegan versions of these. Again, look for the vegan label, look at the ingredients. If it's chocolate and chocolate biscuits, the main thing to look out for is cow's milk, which will be in bold in the ingredients. And if it's chips, the main thing to look out for, again, is generally milk and cheese and that sort of thing. There's heaps of brands of chips, there's heaps of brands of like biscuits and things which are vegan all over the world, so you'll definitely have no problem snacking as a vegan. You can also have smoothies, protein shakes, juice and all that kind of stuff. So once you've done these 3 weeks, vegan for breakfast, vegan for lunch, vegan for dinner, and then even a 4th week, I guess, for snacks, you're a dietary vegan. And the only other thing to realize is that as you move through your journey as an individual going vegan, the next thing after that is clothing and cosmetics. Yeah, so don't get too caught up in trying to do everything at once. Do your diet, breakfast, lunch and dinner as a gradual way of doing it, 1 week each. And then after that, once you start getting more comfortable and familiar with how to live as a vegan, or how to eat as a vegan, you can then look at your lifestyle and like other products like vegan leather, vegan toothpaste and all that sort of stuff. But don't get too caught up with that to start off with. The other advice I have for people who are just going vegan or have recently gone vegan, don't get caught up if you make a mistake. You buy something that's not vegan. I did it heaps of times when I started out. Don't worry if you eat something that's got cheese in it and you didn't realize. Just do your best and you will remember why you're vegan, and you'll stay vegan. It's really easy to stay motivated when you remember, what the animals go through, animal cruelty, and how you're against animal cruelty. And if you want to enact those values that you have of compassion and non-violence, and even if you want to eat a healthy diet and be good for the environment and all those sorts of things, then it's really easy to stay vegan, because living vegan aligns with all of those things, and eating vegan aligns with those values. So In terms of nutrients, I suggest you follow guys like Dr. Greger and Nutrition Facts. Download an app called the Daily Dozen, and it will go through basically what you have to have in a day as a vegan, like just basic things to stay healthy. It's really just about eating a variety of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and grains. And also supplementing with B12 is always recommended. If you're wanting to know like the benefit that you can get to your health, it's a good idea to get a blood test before you go vegan and look at all your cholesterol and everything, and then get a blood test like a year later or something, and you'll see how much your cholesterol will drop. Your your blood pressure may drop as well. You can get that measured. You can test things like before and after, so that's a good thing if you're trying to like monitor your health and see the impact that a good vegan diet can have. It's worth mentioning that you can have an unhealthy vegan diet if you just eat chips and like vegan beer and ice cream, vegan ice cream and vegan chocolate, or if you just don't have a balanced diet. It's perfectly possible for that to happen. So there's no one standard vegan diet. Your vegan diet will be specific to you, and I suggest you make it a healthy, balanced one like you would with any diet. Any closing remarks? So if you want to go vegan quicker, or if you want other options and other ways of going vegan, I suggest you look at Veganise, and I'll post all the resources in the content description. Veganise, which has a 30-day vegan challenge, and they'll walk you through absolutely everything. Challenge 22 is another one, and it's 22-day vegan challenge. Again, you've got access to dietitians, meal plans, doctors, athletes, anything you want, you've got access to with these services. Another one is Bootcamp, Vegan Bootcamp. I'm not super familiar with them, but they have a sort of process where they find the best way of going vegan for you. And again, they give you specific individual advice and sort of communicate with you and help you go vegan. So there's so many resources out there for recipes, for transitioning, dietitians, everything. It's all there. I'll put it in the content description. Let me know if you found this really helpful, and just remember why you're going vegan. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and you know what veganism is. And take it easy and go and make some vegan gains.